I was apprenticed at the age of 14 years to a wise woman who I hoped would be able to teach me how to support myself, as I had no prospects for marriage and had no family of my own. Reg leaned forward, already entranced. Who had Laura Eastman been? Why had she been looking for a way to support herself at such an early age? What had happened to her family? As the Theodex translated the writing, it read the words out loud, and Reg was drawn into the story. The voice was not robotic, like many of the voice-to-text apps she'd heard. It sounded natural, like a friend reading aloud to her. Even though Reg had not liked to read to herself, she had enjoyed being read to when her school teachers read to the class or one of her foster parents read to the children at bedtime. She could see the stories in her head, just like she was watching them on TV. As the Theodex finished transcribing one page and then another, Reg took another picture of the book. She watched the letters being traced and transformed on the screen, and it seemed like she could understand them more easily with each line of writing. She found herself devouring the words as if the tale they wove was a thrilling movie. Laura Eastman, an orphan, was passed from one family to another as she grew up, mostly treated as a slave and rarely as a family member. Children had little value, especially parentless girls. Laura feared ending up working in a brothel or a tavern, but there wasn't much chance of her getting a respectable job when she was penniless and had no references. Girls who were paid to serve as companions to older women or as nannies to young children needed proper recommendations. If they didn't come from a good home, they were left to drudgery, given room and board in exchange for hours of mindless, back-breaking work. Laura slaved away in the homes she was sold or traded to, hoping someday to get an opportunity to work in a more prominent home, but knowing it would likely never come to pass. Laura learned her letters from the daughter of one of the families she lived with, taught secretly in the barn lot where no one would find out. Laura was as thirsty for knowledge as she was for kind treatment, and took every opportunity to read, even if it was only a sign or label. She devoured books whenever she could get them, though she rarely had time to read more than a page or two at a time, always fearing discovery. Girls did not read. Servants did not own books. She was afraid of what would happen if anyone found out she could read. It was not seemly.